And it is now 5 o'clock Central Daylight Time, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific, and this is the GJRB Online Network. This is the GJRB Online Network. Hey, wait a minute, I said that already, didn't I? Wait a minute. This is the GJRB Online Network. And we are back on the air, the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online Network for the final part of the Gary Russen program today. Here on GJRB Online, this last part, we're going to go with our last hour of the show and pretty much going to do some various things. I'm playing around with different things today, doing various things. Excuse me for doing what I do, but I do it. So just kind of hang in there. It's just one of these crazy shows that I just go off the wall. Off the beaten path, just, open show, off the seat of my pants, off the cuff. That's sometimes how some shows kind of turn out a little better than the ones that I format. And the reason for that is so I can be on the air more often. It takes a lot of work to put these shows together, and I think sometimes I do just too much show prep, and I don't cover everything that I'm going to do anyhow half the time. But show prep or not, whether this show gets audience, it's hard to say. I'm going to go back to my Facebook page now and see what else is new. There is an interesting story that was posted by a friend of mine who I follow here on the Spreaker, and it's Ground Zero, the Clyde Lewis program, and they're saying that some names are fading out, and one of them is mine. Yeah, the name Gary is dying out. This is weird. The top of, it's dying out. Oliver, which has been bestowed upon the new fewer than 6,663 boys in 2016. But like archaeologists trawling around with the ruins of baby naming landscapes, lost the sands of time, which were interesting in the Olivers of yesteryear. And they're saying that names that were once popular and classically British but have since fallen under. And Clive is one of those that is looking away now. And then my name, Gary, let's start with that name. It's a British name. My name is a British name. It was a favorite in the 60s and 70s, which is correct as I was born in 1961, featuring the top 30 names. Mine's starting to drop. That name is starting to drop on the table since the mid-80s. And it is well outside the main language in 2016. It was 1050th most popular for boys, with over 27 newborns given that name. So I mean, it's not like the name is fading. There's still like 1,050 of us probably, and 27 newborns given that name. But when you're talking about the liberal front to, in the popularity of, killing babies, the abortion thing, some names are just going to fall by the wayside along with some of these babies that are born and killed. I don't know. Just amazing how the name Gary is starting to fade according to that story. Fascinating. Never knew that. That's another interesting story. Gary Burkhoff. When you hear about that, sometimes my name is not recognized by some people, so that's interesting. I don't know. Let's take a look down the page here a little bit. I'm still on Twitter. I'm going to jump back to Facebook here in just a little bit, and we'll see what else is out there. David Horowitz. Oh. Now let's see what else we have. Brian Class. Let's see if we can try some more stories. The Huffington Post. The House Oversight Committee is set to hold a vote holding Attorney General William Barr and Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross in the contempt over the refusal to turn over documents. So that continues. The Trump revoked executive privilege over census documents. The committee set to hold to vote of Attorney General William Barr and Commerce Secretary William Barr's contempt. Okay. Let's see what else we can find here. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go with the Wiccan. Here we go. This is from Huffington Post. For Professor Pauline Huffman, who practices Wicca, which believes that her Catholic employer's treatment of her may stem from the fear of the unknown. The Huffington Post article. Fascinating. So some of these you'll find if you get into my Twitter, sometimes what I'll do is I'll just kind of retweet some of these stories so you can find them. There are in the on the GJRB online Twitter page, and the Radio Maniac. You can catch our shows there. Let's see if I need to go into my main profile page and see if they are getting posted. I've been saying all along, and I've been bragging about Twitter because they at least been posting my shows. Hence, the people over at the Zuckerberg Central Facebook is not. And yeah, there's my show right there. I just reposted that one down the line, but I'm going to check and see here. And it looks like all my shows are on. Part 2 is there. My first hour is there, so we're good. The Gary Russen program, June 12th, is here. And the final part, which I'm on right now, when you click that button, you'll see everything there. All the parts are there live. You see the widget, and when you click that, there it is. Final part that is coming from the Twitter page. You can listen to that, and then when you click that, and I'm going to get off that, and I'm going to get rid of some of these tabs, which could be slowing things down a little bit. I'll be taking a look at the Clinton weather forecast coming up when we do Weather on the Fives here in just a little bit on the Gary Russen program. The show, the name that's fading in the popular name realm. Yeah, the name Gary is fading as a popular name. How about that? I think that's something. So there you go. I'm going to, there it is, 5 o'clock. There's our final part. I'm looking right at it. And you can go in there, and when you do that, and when you click in there, okay, when you click that, it'll take you into the, you click the name of the program. You go on there, that's the link. It'll take you right into my chat room right there so that you can listen to the show and scroll through Twitter. Very simple. All right, that's a good idea, especially if you want to listen to some more of me. I don't know why you do that, but here we go. Gomer Pyle would have been 89 today. That's right, Gomer Pyle. Jim Neighbors. He died, of course, about a year ago already? Something like that? I'm not exactly sure, but I think he died, about a year ago? He would have been 89 today. Jim Neighbors. Gomer Pyle. Also a fabulous recording artist. You ever get a chance to... I've found a lot of his records. Matter of fact, we have a second-hand store here in Clinton that actually sells phonograph records, albums. And they have a whole stack of Jim Neighbors albums in there. Actually, a whole stack of them. You can buy those. Absolutely incredible. I mean, you can actually buy those. They are in there. Really cool. And just fabulous. And if you get a chance to go to your record, go into the second-hand stores and pick those out. And I was going through my Facebook and the past couple of days ago, and they had posted some really neat pictures of our local mall back home in Pittsburgh, back in my hometown of Ambridge, or further down the road, about across the river, in a town called Monaca, is Beaver Valley Mall. Big mall. No, yeah, I'd say it's big. Not really all that quite big, but they have... They had at least 2 record stores in there. One was called National Record Mart, and the other one was called the Music Land. And there's some old pictures of these of this mall. And I'm going, wow, look at that. I haven't seen that since I was, because I was 10 years old when that mall opened. And we used to go up there, for a family outing quite often. And that brought back some nice memories of seeing the Beaver Valley Mall back home. Really was neat. And I kind of shared the pictures around, and kind of neat to look at those. Because, malls are a dying breed. You don't see malls anymore. Matter of fact, whatever happened to malls? I'll tell you what happened to malls. A lot of them were taken over by the popularity of sending things out. What's the name of that? Amazon. Amazon killed a lot of the brick and mortar. And a lot of the malls shut down. A lot of them were dilapidated. A lot of them were torn down too. And it's a sad thing. It really is. That we lost a lot of the big malls. And it was nice to see that picture of the Beaver Valley Mall. It brought back some nice memories. You're listening to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online here on Spreaker and the GJRB Online Network. And yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, we were at our church yesterday because my friend's funeral yesterday, Berna Unger. And yesterday, before that, we kind of hang out in the new studios that we have at the Church of Christ here in Clinton. Brand new studio facilities where I might be doing some programs, but the internet there is really slow. As a matter of fact, it keeps on going up and out and out and up and doesn't stay steady. The internet keeps on going out. And at that church, but I'm recording stuff up there anyway and putting it on a flash drive and sending it back over here, and then I'll re-upload it as a full show. So we might be doing some different things up there. I've got some interview plans with our pastor, and I'm going to be letting you know exactly what we're going to be doing. I want to do a program on the book of Ezekiel, chapters 38 and 39, because that's kind of an interesting topic for me. We're going to get into that. And I have a few other ones that I want to do. So I just basically want to do some new kind of programming here on Spreaker. And I think that once I get the 3-hour plan, I'll be able to do some stuff other than the programs that are on here. I'm planning on cutting a lot of shows out on the... You'll notice the difference on my public site once I do that. I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of programs that probably will never ever see the light of day because there's just too many shows on. I'm going to pick some of my best programs. The GJRB airs some of the best programs: crooners, radio, television, and movie classics, swing time, all those main shows, the bluegrass show, the blues, and what's the other one? The blues show, the blues house, and the Radioland. And Radioland Time Warp pretty much is going to be more or less a special. It's not going to be a regular program because like I said before, I have to sit down and write down I have a rundown of all my programs. So I'll probably do is just go into my Spreaker public site, go into my programs and delete the ones that will never see the light of day. Got a few programs like way out there will stay. The last 7 days, probably Bible study. I don't know how long that's going to last. We might be doing something different with that. So some programs probably going to go away, but some of the programs that are going to survive are the ones that I'm going to pick to survive. But the ones I just forementioned were the ones that are going to stay. The ones that are going to go away are the ones that will have not had an episode in God knows how long. So they're just going to get pulled off. The other show that's going to stay on too is going to be that Easy Nights. And of course my jazz programs will stay on. The best of jazz and smooth jazz, smooth afternoon, but and maybe smooth evening. We're going to plan on doing that one. I've got plans to do a lot of evening smooth jazz programs. So we're going to have those on one smooth jazz evening, and then that will probably be voice tracks from time to time. And then I've got some more programs that are going to be on the air, but I'm going to be cutting that way down because I just have too many shows on this station, and a lot of these shows are definitely going to go. The other one too that's a special, will always remain a special, will probably be Artist Showcase, because I had not had a show on since I did the one with Samuel Day, and that was quite a ways back. I think it's almost 2 years since I did that first show with Samuel Day. So, and I had repeated that at least twice. So, I think I'm going to really slim down my Spreaker public site way down to a precious few. Because, like I said, if I could get it down to 15 shows, at least 15 shows, and see how that works, that's a half a month of programs. Half a month. And then the rest of the program, like 15 to 17 shows. I'm thinking 15 to 17 shows, and then I'll cut more if necessary, 15 to maybe 20. But I think that I'm going to try to keep as much as I possibly can, because I kind of overdid it on the Gary Russen program franchise. Really did, and I need to cut those out. Those were entirely too much programs that I can't do them all. And it's getting to a point where I was kind of getting tired of a few of them. But Swing Time, I'm going to try and do that program. I like that program. Music and Memories, that's another show that pretty much is going to be done on a spontaneous basis at this point to see where it will fit in into the schedule. And a few of the other programs other than the Nostalgia Icon, those are the Music and Memories, Crooners, Radio, Television, Movie Classics, and Radioland. And then I'm probably going to put everything under a category again. And some of the shows, like I said, that will never return will get deleted off the Spreaker public site. So that's pretty much how that's going to go. The church services, that'll probably stay. But again, it's going to be on delayed basis for now until I can try to figure out a way to broadcast the services live and right now I don't know yet because the church Wi-Fi is very weak. Like I said the other day when me and Brian were doing that show live, Gary J in the afternoon and Gary J in the morning will stay on. But sports page, I don't know yet. That's going to be suspended until I can find someone to do that show with it. Really knows a little bit more about sports than I do. I could do the sports stories and maybe do my own commentary. But if anybody is out there listening right now that would like to do a sports show with me, contact me on my Spreaker public site. Okay? Either through the Spreaker public site on my Spreaker page or on my Twitter. I'm the Radio Maniac. If you're a Facebook friend, leave me a message, and we'll talk about it. But I think I'm going to take a break here and be right back. I want to try something, so I'm going to be right back. Got more of the Gary Russen program coming up here in just micro mini moments here on GJRB Online. Hang on, we'll be right back. It's the Gary Russen program on GJRB.
Got damage to your car, your home, and other stuff, and one big mess on your hands. A Farm Bureau agent can make it better, simply, with a single one-deductible advantage. You're going to love how Farm Bureau agents make insurance simple.
In Clinton, that's Brent Andreessen. Call him at 563-242-4675.
And we're back on the air here on the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on the final hour of our show, the Gary Russen program here on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. Thanks a lot for tuning into the program. Always glad that you could be on the show with me and talk about what's going on in the news and stuff and various other things. And we'll do a shout out coming up here with all our Spreaker listeners and fans and drop off, talk about some of our Spreaker listeners or Spreaker fellow listeners and fans. Thanks a lot for tuning in to GJRB Online here. And I'm Gary J. Russen, and always glad that you can be a part of the program here on GJRB Online. And let's see. I'm going to right now do weather on the fives. Take a look at our Clinton weather forecast. Right now, 63 degrees in Clinton right now. Not too bad. West-northwest winds at about 11 miles per hour. Relative humidity is at 84%. Dew point 58, and our barometric pressure is at 29.84 inches and dropping. We have a visibility now of 9 miles. Wow. Let's take a look at our forecast for tonight. Few showers early. Clear skies overnight, low about 47 degrees. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And you have a 30% chance of rain for Clinton. Tomorrow, no chance of rain at all. It's going to be kind of nice, sunny for a change. High 71 degrees with north-northwest winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For tomorrow, Thursday, partly cloudy, low about 49 degrees. Winds west-southwest. It's going to swing there, 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's going to be a little cooler tomorrow night, and a 10% chance of precipitation. Thursday, though, like I said, 0% chance. It's going to get windy on Friday, though, with temperature near 80 degrees, 79 degrees, and wind's going to increase. That's what I meant by that. Partly cloudy skies. And that'll be during the morning. Will give way to some mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon with a stray shower or even a thunderstorm possible. The high is 79 degrees. South-south winds, southwest winds at around 20 to 30 miles per hour. So it's going to get kind of windy on Friday, the weekend. Chance of thunderstorms again on Friday night. Showers in the evening, scattered thunderstorms arriving overnight. 62 for a nighttime low. South-south winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. We have a chance of rain standing there at 50%. So there you go. Sunset tonight will be at, let's go back to sunset. Sun rose this morning at 5:24 a.m., setting tonight at 8:36 p.m. UV rays 0 to 10, humidity 85%, and we have winds now again north-northwest at about 15 miles per hour. Looking at our radar this hour, a lot of the heavier precipitation has passed. It is now just southwest. Some of the heaviest ones, like about east of Davenport, or east of us, actually, moving east. It's kind of been overcast. A lot of the rain pushing towards Chicago. There's some scattered precipitation from Dubuque down to past Cedar Rapids, Iowa City. So we're getting some scattered showers and stuff around Cedar Rapids and Iowa City, just a little past Waterloo, Ames and Des Moines, but mostly Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, scattered showers from Dubuque on down. So there you go. Weather on the 5s, 25 and 45 minutes past the hour on all music shows, 25 and 55 on all talk shows on GJRB online all the time here on Spreaker. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the program wherever you're listening, and I thank some of the people. We've had some secret listeners today, which I think is good. At least we're getting somewhere. Some of it could just be me being on the air, which I'm on right now. Okay. And there we go. And we just kind of refresh that and see what we get here. Because sometimes, let me see here. Yeah, okay, here we go. If you are listening on the all these parts are now available right now on the other site, which is the I have one with 2 T's on. I'm gonna have to fix that. If you see that, that's my mistake. You can listen to this on Spotify. Spotify's fabulous. Excellent thing that get more audience, I'm hoping, from getting a Spotify. And I'm wondering if I was working because I know I pushed a button on playback on one of these while I was on live. So I do that just to see, make it, look like I'm getting some listeners along the way. We did have a new member on our site there. Guy Shea joined us the other day, so we welcomed him on board. Let's see. We have. We got. I want to go down, back over to my page, and have one play. And that must have been me. So, because I pushed that button over on Twitter. So whenever you listen on Twitter, I'll know you're listening on Twitter because it'll show up on my Spreaker public site when it'll show under the playback button. So, you're hearing me live on the air while I'm on the air. I really don't like to press that button too much. Only because it causes massive confusion when I'm on the air live because there's a delay. And it's really goofy like when it's on a delay. So I try not to do that too much. But anyway, we are going to be on the air again on Friday. And I think according to that, the Cubs play Friday at a later time, I think. I'm going to kind of click out of my weather. I'm done for that for today. And let's see. Doing 50 minutes of nonstop talk to wrap up our show here. says I'm trying different things here, and let's see, 32 plus 15. Yeah. Okay. Almost 50 minutes of nonstop talk in this segment, so we're rolling right along here on GJRB Online, the Gary Russen program. Thanks a lot for tuning into the program. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're listening across this fine land of ours, and we've got some good stuff here. 50-minute music hours on our music shows, 50 minutes of nonstop talk and music, a lot of times on the Gary Russen program, and we're just kind of playing around today. Nothing really important. I've been on the air since 3 o'clock Central Daylight, and we did have one listener in the beginning of the program. Listen to us on the road, and that was Ed Delgado, the Caramel Conservative. So thank you so much for listening for a while today and enjoying the program, and thank you so much for that. And your comments are welcome in the chat room. If you are still out there, come on back in. Always glad to hear from you, and hoping that maybe we get some more along the way too. And let's see, maybe as I go on Spotify, it might, if I just get a little patient here, I might get more listeners along the way. Now, Friday show, I was going to do that today, but Friday show, I'm going to play around with the idea of recording on for Instagram or something, or Facebook or Twitter, something, and try to do another live feed while I'm on the air. I might try it on my Facebook and then on Instagram to see where we can get some listeners on the air here, and let them know that we're on the air. I might even do some live previews on the Instagram, on my Facebook, and maybe a recorded one on the might do something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna try every little trick in the book to get audience on this program. Every little trick in the book. I mean, anything I can pull off of my sleeve, I'm gonna do it to get people to tune in, to get some interaction on this program, to get my Facebook. I mean, every once in a while, I remember it seems like a long time ago, but I think it was, 2 months ago maybe. It seems like it now, before Facebook decided they weren't going to post any of my shows live, and not to manually do it. I had one day where my chat room did blow up. I mean, I was getting people, and now all of a sudden, for some reason, like no one knows I'm on the air or something. And I know that for a fact because, like I said before, Blake Myers informed me of this when he said that he doesn't get all my shows on Facebook. And I think that it would be a great idea. What you should do is just follow me on Twitter, because if you follow me on Twitter, you'll get my shows. You'll get all of them. No holds barred, folks. I mean, forget about Facebook. Quite frankly, I'm not very happy with them anyway. I have not been happy with them since they have decided not to post my shows. Because apparently, like I said, the last show that I did the other day, they declared it offensive for some reason, and I don't know why. It was after I had posted a thank you to our big fat soft underbelly out of Houston, John, and ever since then, they are not posting my program at all on Facebook, and I can prove it. Because I can go to my Facebook page underneath my name. I'm going to go there right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pop that in. And then coming up next, we're going to do a shout out of all the listeners, all the followers of Facebook, all the followers of Spreaker, and talk about some of the great podcasts that are here on Spreaker in just a little bit here. But right now, I'm kind of going into my main page and seeing if my shows are being posted there. I'm going to go there right now. Okay, I'm going there right now. There's my posting for the Beaver Valley Mall. There, that's there. Content not available right now. Imagine that. Go further down the page. Everything here. But it looks like, oh, look at that. Yeah. All the postings that have been on here on my page, but none of my shows are on there except for my oldies show from May 31st. That posting is on here. But none of my live shows, the current ones, the ones that are on the air right now, including this one, it doesn't even show up on my main page. Doesn't even show up. I'm on live, but it's not showing that it's posted. Not at all. So I am directing every one of you to go over to the GJRB online Twitter page. That is, I am the Radio Maniac, and you can listen to my shows right there. Right on Twitter. You can listen to them right there live. You can listen to them. And you can just scroll there, because I'm saying, I'm reverting everybody to Twitter. Facebook isn't going to post my show. Everybody can go to Twitter and listen. And, of course, like I said before, you can listen to this show on Spotify right now. The past shows are already on there. The past segments have already been on there. And you can get on Spotify and listen to my show right there. It's all there. The final part is there. Every one is there. And you can go to the Spotify and you'll see the show. JRB Online. And we're wrapping up the Gary Russen program. That is the May 17th show. Okay, that's May 17th. So I'm saying I guess they don't come up until after the show is over. Because I'm looking at the May 17th show, and it's on there, but the rest of the all episodes, scroll down, and I'm not seeing the final part yet. So apparently, the only way you can listen to this show on Spotify is if you are listening to it after I go off the air, or you're listening to this show on delayed basis, like you're listening to the first part, the second part, the third part. But I guess I don't think that you can listen to my show live on Spotify. I'm not sure, but at least my shows are on there, and people could discover me from there, and I could go from that direction, because I'm trying everything here. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. I am down to about 5 minutes 43 seconds left in this program as far as that's concerned. So I'm going to do one more segment, which is be the second half, will be segment 2 of the final part. So while we do our shout-outs while we got that, I'm going to go over to my shout-out segment, because it's time to talk about some of the great podcasts that you can hear on Spreaker. with GJRB Online and some of the GJRB Online followers, some of the great people that you can tune in. Once again, I want to say a big thank you to Ed Delgado, the Caramel Conservative, was listening at the beginning of our show today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. It's fun that you were listening to us on the road. But we have other great people. You can listen to him every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time right here on Spreaker. The Caramel Conservative. He knows no holds barred, no BS. He just tells it right on the line. Yeah. Ed Delgado, tune in to him 8 o'clock Central Time, 6 o'clock Pacific right here on Spreaker. Also, coming up next at 6 o'clock, I'm not sure, she hasn't been on again, so I don't know what's going on with Debbie Scott, the Debbie Scott Radio Network, but they do have great music on there. Her and John have different programs. One of them is the Melting Pot, great variety of different kinds of music, emerging artists. She has a lot of emerging artist interviews, too. New stuff, Keith Brooks, one of them that has been on her show. Great, fabulous singer, great, done a lot of country, and a lot of really good people that she's already had on her show. Ones I can't remember at this point, but she does a good job. Her music's fabulous. Debbie Scott Radio Network, tune in 6 o'clock Central Daylight Time when she's on. It's 4 o'clock Pacific. That's coming up next on Spreaker. She's going to be on. Later tonight, let's see what we got. Let's see. Monday nights, I'm going to mention all the shows that have already been on. So we're going to go to another show I think is on tonight, matter of fact. John, our big fat soft underbelly, I believe, is on tonight. As I remember straight. I think he does Wednesday nights now. And the Belly Blast, that's on tonight, and I believe it's 8 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. 8 o'clock, could be wrong, 7 o'clock Central. But tune in tonight for the Big Fat Soft Underbelly tonight. There's a great show. He's another one that lays it on the line with politics. He tells it like it is. Fabulous. John from the beautiful, great state of Houston. And in that same region, about a little further north of him, is the Black Dog Radio Network. And he plays great 80s music. A lot of great 80s music. You want to tune into him. He's fabulous. The Black Dog Radio Network, BJ, he's there right out of LaPorte, Texas, playing a lot of great 80s stuff. So tune in for him. We're going to be doing the 80s soon here on GJRB Online with our Rockin' 80s, but he does a lot of 80s just about every week, and he does a good job. Even though he does 15-minute segments, he throws a lot of really good 80s there. Tune into that. Good show. Matter of fact, he's going to be joining my 80s lineup for DJs, so we're going to have him on quite a bit doing 80s on our Rockin' 80s station. All 80s, 106.7 on our 9-foot signal. He's fabulous. BJ in Houston, Texas. Tune into that with all the great 80s music. And I got some 80s suggestions for him, too. Because I know sometimes he does play the same songs over, but they're fabulous. I do, too, from time to time. But that's beside the point. Also coming up along the line tonight at 11 o'clock, and I don't know who's guest on there now, because I think he just started a new website, and that is the Spaced Out Radio with David Scott. I don't think he's no relation to Debbie. David Scott of the Spaced Out Radio. He's a great show. Weird stuff. Talks about aliens. Talks about Bigfoot. Talks about cryptozoology. Anything that's bizarre. Comes out of British Columbia, Canada. Absolutely fabulous. Tune in on 11 o'clock Central Daylight tonight, right here on Spreaker. Spaced Out Radio. And you can catch Spaced Out Radio on many fine radio stations as well, including, and I'm going to get the list of stations. One of them is in California, a couple of them in other parts of the country. His show's already been syndicated in many parts of the country, so he's really doing good. So listen to Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott tonight at 11 o'clock Central. And that is our shout out for today. And you're listening to the Gary Russen program. I'm going to wrap it up and close off the show next. This is the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker on the GJRB Online Network.